my wife and I. Okay, okay, all right. It was telling me we were recording.
Yeah, you're good.
Like I didn't know that, but so yeah, my wife and I we moved out to Colorado back in to the end of 2019, September of 2019. So we've been here 2 years as of this month. Came from Mississippi. I was born and raised in Mississippi, and lived a little bit all over in the southeast. And our business actually brought us out here. And what we do is we own what we call nutrition clubs. And whether you looked at the J Town Nutrition page or the Sweetheart Nutrition page on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, it's the same concept, just different name locations. We do healthy meal replacement shakes and loaded teas and just all sorts of stuff. And all we really try to do is we just try to, at the end of the day, provide something positive for the community. And Lord knows we need more positivity in the world today. And when people come in here, that we just try to provide a smile, a laugh, a listening ear, and kind of refer to ourselves as a healthy bartender. So we have all sorts of fun flavors on our shakes. Anything from like wedding cake to a Snickers. We have a peanut butter cup. We even have a strawberry or grape peanut butter and jelly. And and all of them are anywhere from 200 to 250 calories max, 24 to 27 grams of protein, and they all have less sugar than half a banana, so anywhere from like 9 to 12 grams of sugar. One of our more popular ones is called a Bahama Breeze, and it's actually strawberry, pineapple, and banana. It's really good. And we do these healthy shakes, but then I don't know if you saw any of the pictures and whatnot. We throw fun toppings on them. I tell people, if we're giving you a cup full of healthy, I'm gonna give you at least a tablespoon full of fun and unhealthy. So that's just the way we do things, and it's really easy what we do, but it's definitely hadn't been an easy journey. Like I said, I'm so grateful that we're self-employed, but just like right now, I was telling Greg earlier that what should I call you, sir?
Coach Pygott around here.
Coach Pygott. All right. So what I was telling Coach Pygott earlier is I had a little wrench thrown in my plan, but so goes the being self-employed. One of our girls was supposed to come in and cover, so I didn't have to actually be in the store for this. And so now I'm sitting here at the counter hoping for the next 30 minutes. This is the only time I hope nobody comes in. But I wanted to, like I told him, I wanted to get this Zoom in and just tell y'all a little bit about what we do. And if y'all had any questions and anything like that, like I said, I got a heck of a story I can tell. And I'm here to, like I said, I'm here to help Coach Pygott and whatever he needs from me. So.
All right. So before I get to some of my questions, because I have some basic things that we've talked about in class, whatever you want to share about your backstory, because it is pretty impressive.
Okay.
Because in here, this is all we have anywhere from 14 to 18 years old in here. All
Good deal.
Mississippi. Some of them have some siblings that have made some mistakes. So we want to see exactly how successful you can be, even if you have some things you backslide on.
All right, perfect. So I'll come straight out the gate. I'm a convicted felon, so it's not easy. I can understand and I see every day how the system can hold people back. It's not easy to come out of that whatsoever. I was lucky. I had a great support system, and actually I met my wife, and that's really what changed my ways. I knew she wasn't going to put up with me acting the way I was acting or doing the things I was doing. So, and I mean, it took me a while, y'all. It did. I wish I could tell you like I was ready to go right when I graduated high school. I was ready to hit the road and be successful. I was the furthest thing from that. And the more I've thought about this today, I kind of am I'm kind of a good person to talk to on this because I went the college route. I didn't graduate college, but I went to college. Several different colleges, was enrolled in a lot. I was in the military, so I've done the military. I've been in the service industry. I've worked any job you can think of. I've been a server, a bartender. I've been a welder. I've done a little bit of everything. But I just made some poor choices. And finally, at the age of 27, I decided it was time to change my ways. And that's actually when I met my wife. And so I met her, and my wife was already in this business or had just actually started her business. And so we were dating or whatever. And we were running our business mentors. They had a store in Ridgeland and in Oxford. And my wife, like 3 months after we met and started dating, she moved up to Oxford to run their store. Okay. Well, here I am on house arrest. I got very, very blessed to be put on house arrest. I'm probably one of the only people in the state of Mississippi that got kicked out of prison. But luckily, I was sentenced to 5 years, 4 suspended, 1 to serve, and they didn't have enough beds, and I wasn't a violent offender, so they kicked me out on house arrest. And like I said, it was a blessing. Is all it was. It was just a blessing. But anyway, so I was on house arrest for a year. And so I couldn't just up and move to Oxford, and I just met this girl, so I wouldn't just uproot my whole life. So we dated anyway. And so I met her 4 months after being on house arrest. So for the next 8 months, she was in Oxford and doing her thing with the business. And I was kind of working odd and end jobs here and there. And after that 8 months, when I got my bracelet cut off, I up and moved to Oxford with her and decided to join her in the business. And we started building our business, and this was I'm 34 now. So this was 7 years ago. Okay. So it was 7 years ago that we started building this business, and it didn't take off. Okay. It did not take off. Like, it was hard.
I remember you working some crazy hours when you started. That's nuts.
Hell yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So like, there was a time when we were in Oxford, we were up there for about a year before we got married. And there were times where we were eating the 99-cent canned white meat chicken from Walmart with sriracha, and that, throw some mayonnaise in there, and that was our meal, okay? And heat it up on the stovetop. We were lucky to still have gas turned on. But anyway, that's what we did that. And anyway, we moved back to Jackson after we got married, and we opened our business down there, and we opened it in downtown Jackson in the Regions building. Okay. And so we had our little shop in the Regions Plaza. We were in there with Chick-fil-A and Subway, and there was some nails. Did what?
McAllister's is across the street.
McAllister's across the street. So we had made it. We were in there with the we were in there with the big dogs, right? We hadn't made it yet. We didn't make it. So we were fighting and clawing, and we were making our rent, and we were just meeting overhead and all that good stuff. And it came time that I had to make a decision. If we were going to keep building this business together, I was going to have to do something so my wife didn't have to. So that's when I went out and looked for. At that time, it was a side hustle. It was a job. It was something to provide a little extra income. And I went to waiting tables. Okay, so I went to waiting tables, and that's where I met Coach Pygott was at Georgia Blue. So I started waiting tables there, and I was like a Thursday through Sunday kind of that was my shift there. And I had to hustle. It wasn't like I was just there for play money. I had to hustle because, like I said, any money we had, we were putting into our business. So any money I made at GB, I had to put into our personal life, into our bills and things like that. And it was only supposed to be like 6 months to a year type job. I ended up being there almost 4 years. So
I was there 7, so that's not going to be a big spot.
Yeah, like it turned and I'm so grateful I met some amazing people, and like so grateful for my time there. And I learned a whole lot. I learned a lot about life, and just especially how to treat people and things like that. Because there's not so nice people in the world, and you come across a lot of people in the service industry. But so yeah, that was it was a hard part of life, but it was a good part of life. It taught me a lot. It taught me how to hustle even harder. Because again, as a convicted felon, it's not like there's not many options. Okay. Because they still ask that question. There's still that box that you have to check on those job applications. And hopefully none of y'all ever have to experience that. But I'm just here to tell you, if you do, your past does not determine your future. Okay. You can correct things. We all make poor choices in life. It's how we bounce back. Okay. And I've definitely, like I said, blessed to have bounced back. And like I said, so I did the Georgia Blue thing and worked there. And I was like, dang, man, this side hustle thing's turned into like something that's having to provide for the family while we're still building our business. And at this point in time, on my last year there, we were pregnant with our son, who turns 4 this month. And I just couldn't be away any longer at night. Like being up there, I'd started as I'd gotten on as a bartender. And I mean, we were there till sometimes 1:30 in the morning. And I had a pregnant wife at home asleep. And then I was having to drive. At this point in time, we had moved out to Crystal Springs. So we were living outside of Jackson. And I was having to drive 35, 40 minutes after getting off work every night. And I was like, man, I got to do something else. And all the while still going to our nutrition club during the daytime. Okay. So I'm working we were 7 to 3 there, had to be at Georgia Blue by 4 and getting off. You never know then, like closed at 10, but you never got out of there to like 11:30 or 12, whatever. So basically Thursday, Friday, Saturday were some crazy days for me. Okay. So we did that, and our business started picking up a little bit of steam, but again, I couldn't be away from my wife and then newborn son. So I decided, I was like, man, I'm going to learn to weld. So throw that in the mix. We're running a business. I'm going to trade school, and then I'm going to work at Georgia Blue after the fact, all that. Okay. So I do all that. So about 8 months of that during that last year at Georgia Blue. And I finished my trade school, and I started welding and got a pretty good job welding or whatever. And and it started out so I could be at home with my family. Well, then my boss, he was like, hey, do you want the position down in Baton Rouge? And I was like, oh, so now my wife takes on the business full time, and the money was a lot better for me to go to Baton Rouge. So therefore, I'm traveling to Baton Rouge. I'm living there during the week and coming home on the weekends. Okay. And like I said, I had to focus on our family and providing for them and paying the bills so my wife could focus on building this business that now takes care of us completely. Okay. So at that time I'm doing that. She's still in Jackson with a baby, running the business. I'm in Baton Rouge doing all that. And in the September, it was August of 2019. It just, my wife's family lives out here, and it came time, we had a decision to make. Our lease was up in Jackson, and we knew we wanted to keep doing this business. And then my wife wanted to be by her family. She's originally from Michigan, just outside of Detroit. So she wanted to be with her family, and hadn't been with them since high school. So she's going on 10, 15 years without being around her mama and things like that. And I was like, when you love your wife, you do what makes them happy. Okay. So we up and decided in August of 2019, we were going to move out to Colorado. Again, blessing factor, because we didn't have the financial means to really do it. But we currently rent our house. It's still in Mississippi. But her parents were like, hey, y'all can come out here and stay with us and do what you got to do until you can find a place or whatever. So we lived in their basement. Okay. So here I am. I'm welding out here to help. And every money, about half of each check was going into our business. Okay. Trying to support it or whatever. And I wish my wife could be on here today, because she's a hustler, y'all. She grinds. She doesn't stop. Like, she goes hard. She really does. But so like, she's working the business, I'm welding. Well, sure enough, in the meantime, we had other people asking us how they could do kind of like what we do. So we're helping people open a business, and we're seeing their businesses be successful, and we're showing them like our business plan and things like that. And ours just hadn't taken off. Okay. So probably about 8 months into being in Colorado, the business got going. Okay. And it got going good. And so everybody looks and they were like, holy cow, y'all, it only took y'all 8 months to build a business. And no, sir. It took almost 8 years. It took almost 8 years. And like I said, it was a hard journey. And now we have 2 locations here, and we've helped people open from Florida all the way to Colorado. We've helped 2 families out here open one. And we've helped, but counting our 2 that we have, we've helped open 51 of these nutrition clubs across the country.
No way. That's great.
And so, go ahead.
No, I'll just talk about a little bit about exactly what it is you guys sell, because it's kind of a new concept.
Yeah. So, like I said, we just do meal replacement shakes, and the Loaded Teas, and they're actually nutrition clubs around y'all in the Jackson area. I'm sure you've seen them, and like I said, and we help people open them, and they're all so we do have whey based and plant based protein shakes. Okay, so we have something for everybody. We have a certified vegetarian and vegan option. I don't ever recommend the vegan option. It tastes like dirt. I'm just gonna be honest with you. More power to you. If you're a vegan, eat your vegetables. Don't drink the shakes because it tastes like just go outside and pick up a pile of dirt and eat it. But anyway, you can't even throw strawberries in it and make it taste good. And that's my own product. So I'm not just trying to sell you something. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up. So, but yeah, and then we just help people open them. And what happens when we help people open them? We collect royalties and commissions off of each store. They don't pay us anything, but the company pays us everything through our royalties and commissions. But yeah, it's been really good to us. It's been, and let me tell you another thing. You always think when you make it, it gets easier. Life still happens. You may be able to fix problems a lot quicker when you have money, but the bigger the paycheck, the bigger the problem. Okay.
Absolutely.
Things happen. Life's still going to knock you down. You're still going to have to kick and fight every day. You're actually going to have to work harder when you think you've made it. Because when you think you've made it, you have more responsibilities in life. And like I said, I had to jump on this because I had to cover our store because it is our store. It is our income. This is what's going to buy the shoes at Christmas time. So I couldn't just shut down for 30 minutes. But so far, it's turned out good. Like we've been good, not having anybody walk in. But yeah, so life still happens to us. We're not eating the 99-cent chicken anymore. I actually buy chicken wings now when I go to the store, and I can afford on the bone chicken wings. So it's the little things in life for me. But yeah, so it's just all I want. I just want everybody to realize that no matter where you come from, no matter what you do, you can be a success story. It's gonna take some work. Just like anything good in life, it's going to take a lot of work. There's going to be a lot of days where you don't want to do it. But if you have that dream and you have your eyes set on something and the goal is big enough and your why is big enough, why you're doing it is big enough, you can achieve whatever it is you want to, whether it be athletically, whether it be in school, whether it be in business down the road, whatever it is, y'all. So I'm just a boy from small town Mississippi who's made a lot of mistakes in life, and but I never gave up, and that's the biggest thing. You can't ever give up on anything.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
Now talk about how did y'all get into this type of product? I mean, because it's something rather new.
Yeah, so there's the nutrition club in Ridgeland. We walked in there, I walked in there, and I was back to those odd jobs I was doing. I was actually doing home audio and video work for my uncle's company. He's the first person that hired me he's the only person that hired me when I got out. And so I was doing that, and I walked into a nutrition club one day. It was about 3:00 in the afternoon, and we were still on a job site. And the guy said, "Hey, there's a place kind of like Smoothie King around the corner." He's like, "I know it's after lunch, but if you want something, you can run up there and get something." And I was like, "All right." So I walked in, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't have any interest in getting healthy or anything like that. Okay. I weighed about 250 pounds, and I was like, "Man, I don't do smoothies. I don't know what this is about." So I walked in there, and I really got lucky because, like I said, I saw my wife. And they were talking about like a health coach and something. And I was like, I don't know about this health coach, but I was like, I don't know what that is, but she's going to be mine. That's going to be my health coach. And I pointed at my wife, and they were like, well, that's not really how that's how it's going to work today. And so she's like, I ended up, so anyway, she did not agree with that right off the bat. So I was very persistent, and I went back in there for 2 straight weeks. Every day at lunchtime for 2 weeks. And our lunch breaks ended up getting longer and longer. I was staying at first, it was like 10 minutes. I was in there the first day. Then I was in there for 15 or 20 minutes. And the one day that I was in there like a Friday for like an hour and a half. And my boss was like, yeah, you're not getting paid for this last hour and a half. And I was like, man, I got something bigger than a paycheck I'm looking at. Hold on. So and then, like I said, my wife was already doing this part-time. Okay. She was working working out of the nutrition club part-time, and she was an athletic trainer at St. Dominic's, and worked for a few schools in the area. She actually she was with Sports Med and St. D. She worked for Provine and Lanier. She did Hillcrest Christian School. And then she did, I can't remember the last school she worked for. Oh, she even went out to Jackson State some too. Unfortunately, it was before Coach Prime was there, but kind of wish she was there now. But anyway, but yeah, so she did that part-time, or she did that full-time and worked in the nutrition club part-time. And she got customers and things like that. And she was bringing people into the nutrition clubs, and she was able to replace her income, her full-time income, with her part-time gig. And that she had the opportunity to move up to Oxford and run that store. And she took it. And like I said, that's really how I got into it, is I met my wife. Like,
that's cool.
And then the journey behind it is just both of it. So
now, one thing we've talked about in here is about the importance of having products that gear toward customers. And you guys are in a smaller town, but at the end of the day, there's still a lot of choices people could have. What makes you guys stand apart as a business?
Okay. So we are in, and what I like to say, because you're right, you want to have a product geared to your customer base. The biggest thing that we always say is we're in a relationship building business. Like, yeah, you can go get, especially here in Colorado, you can go get a smoothie anywhere. Okay. You can go get an energy drink from the 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, I mean, it's going to be packed with sugar and all that good stuff, but I mean, you can go get energy somewhere, and you can go get a smoothie anywhere. Heck, you can go to Dairy Queen and get you a Blizzard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to, like, but I just say, care about people is what the difference is. Don't just, and another thing is, my wife and I, to this day, we run our stores. Like, we're in there every day. The only day we're not in there is on Sunday. We have one girl who works for us, and she's part-time. She works on Saturdays and Sundays. My wife or myself stay with our 4-year-old on Saturdays, while the other one is here at the location I'm at. And then Jamie, who works for us, she's at J-Town on Saturday and Sunday. But you have to care about people. And that's really no matter what you do in life. You have to care about people. Like, you have to actually be genuine, and we listen. And when they come in, I can ask them, hey, how was your grandson's baseball game? Tell me, how did he end up doing? You know, like, actually listen to them. And that's really what keeps our numbers going and keeps us in business. Really, is just we build relationships with people. And like I said, it's kind of like back when I was actually bartending. It's, you know, you had your regulars there. A lot of them were a lot more annoying than my regulars now. Oh, but yeah, like, you listen to them. You listen to them because you wanted a tip, right? Yeah. But you had an end game. Like, you listened to them. You still built a relationship with them. So it's all about, especially in the service industry and things like that, it's just you build relationships and care about people.
Yeah, and also, and I agree 100%. And that's something we've talked about in here, is you have to show, the word we always use is perceived value. Yeah. Because obviously you want to have a top-notch product, because I know you've gotten really big into the health thing, and you guys are selling legit products. But at the same time, you have to really appeal to your customer base. And it's like I've said in here in class, you need customers more than they need you.
Exactly. That's a big thing. Yes. And that's another thing. So, like, and I mean, you can go look at my Facebook page or anything like that. Like Coach Pickett just said, we need the customers more than they need us. And at the end of the day, I lose my rights to say whatever it is I'm thinking as a business owner. Okay. Because the only color I see is green, and I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what you do outside of here. I'm gonna take care of you. Like I don't put any personal opinions or anything. Like, I don't have anything to say. Like, I don't say the C word out there. The everything going on since 2020. I don't say that. I don't make jokes about it. No, because it's all perceived, and it all goes off perception.
And as silly as that sounds, you know, that's something that can push away customers.
Yes, it is.
That's a Google review. All it takes is making one person mad because you state your opinion. They go on Google and they put it all over Facebook and they say, don't go to this guy because he said this and this. And that takes away, that's money out of your pocket.
Exactly. Like I just, I don't do it. Like I put funny things on Facebook, random funny stuff. And that's another thing. Like, and Coach Pickett, you're big into sports too. I don't even contradict somebody on their sports team on Facebook. Like I don't talk about sports team because people take that serious too. And I don't think the Broncos are the greatest team in the NFL, but I live out here in Colorado, and when people talk about their Broncos, I say, "Hey, I'm glad y'all got Teddy Bridgewater." You know, I'm glad they're 2-0 because everybody out here is happy. But like, I mean, I want to see my Saints win at the end of the day. But
I'm with you on that. Yeah, but that's a great point. Any business owner, big or small, you got to have the mindset. I'll take anybody's money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's a great point. I hope, and we'll have some students at Ridgeland and Germantown seeing this later. And I hope that they really take that to heart as well, is that, the littlest things can really cause a business to go downhill. Even if, you're entitled to your opinion all day long, the people have the right to not shop with you as well.
Yeah, exactly. You're entitled to that opinion. They're entitled to spend their money where they want to. It's their money.
All right, and I do want to get to some of these questions that they have. And they've got some really good ones. This is Michael Williams. He's a senior, and he asked, "What juice that y'all have is your most favorite?"
My most favorite. All right, so we'll start with my most favorite tea is called the Blue Hawaiian, and it's blue popsicle and pina colada. Okay, that's my favorite tea. And then my favorite shake is something called the Baker's Dozen, and it tastes like a peanut butter cookie.
There's no way that's healthy.
No, it is. So again, and that was the thing. Like it's, I've gotten some incredible results on the products and things like that. But yeah, so.
But at the same time, that's great that you'll be able to sell that because people are like, healthy stuff tastes bad. The perceived value is I'm going to get something that tastes like it's fattening and I'm going to get a health benefit out of it.
Exactly. Because
that's your perceived value.
At the end of the day, I don't eat vegetables, so I'd rather drink a peanut butter cookie shake than eat broccoli any day. So
Christina Robinson, she's a junior, and she's asking, what made y'all choose that location?
All right. So our first location we chose in Johnstown because it's a small community. Okay. And we're both originally my wife's from I'm from the Jackson area. It's not really small, but my wife's from a small town in Michigan, like I said, right outside of Detroit. And it's a good family town. And it was kind of the luck of the draw on that. Like I always tell her, it was definitely a blessing in disguise because she was just driving through there one day and saw a space for lease. And real estate out here is hard to come by. So we got that first space, and like I said, got it up and running and doing over 100 drinks a day. And then we decided we wanted to be in Loveland, which is one town over from Johnstown, and it is a bigger city. But we're in a cool downtown area. It's kind of like
you got the hockey team in Loveland. You got the Colorado Eagles.
Look at you knowing the Colorado Eagles at the Budweiser Event Center. Watch out now.
But again, if you're looking at deciding a location, things like that are happening in the area, you're going to have people with money coming there. You're going to have people traveling through there. That's things to look at when you're opening a business. And and I know I'm such a dork. I know about the AHL, but at the same time, Level's got a lot of stuff going on. That's where you have to know your target market and know what's going on in the area.
Yeah, so right now, Fort Collins is the biggest city in northern Colorado, and it's quickly becoming the new Boulder. Okay,
yeah, home of the Colorado State Rams.
Yeah, exactly. CSU. Somehow, one second. Somehow Vanderbilt went in there and won a couple weeks ago. But anyway, so yeah, Fort Collins is becoming the new Boulder. Okay, and Boulder is it's huge already. Loveland is becoming the new Fort Collins. It's quickly. I mean, there's over 100,000 people here. But like you said, I'm right across the street from another restaurant called Taste Local. I got 2 architect firms right across the street from me. There's a bunch of boutiques in town, right up the sidewalk. So we're around where people are going to be spending money, and where, yes, they may want to go sit down and eat, but they also may just want a quick something, like a quick snack or something. And so that's what got us in this. And I mean, this is a tiny location. I mean, it's probably I think it's 750 square feet. So it's a small location. Our other one's like 2,000 square feet. It's not too big, but either way.
All right, this is Jarvis Owsley. He's a junior, and he's asking, what qualities would you need to possess to be a successful entrepreneur?
All right, Jarvis. How much time you got, buddy? You gotta want it. You gotta have a drive, and you gotta have a no matter what attitude. One of the biggest things that and like I said, I'm blessed to be able to do this with my wife. But one of the biggest things our business mentors taught us many years ago was, especially since there's two of us, you can never have a bad day on the same day. Because if you have a bad day on the same day, it's easy to quit. Okay, so you gotta, and another thing, Jarvis, a big thing, and this is probably the biggest thing, is personal development. You have to become a better person every single day, and it's not easy. I mean, especially in today's world with the access to the internet and all the stories you see on that, and the news and all that stuff. I mean, I honestly, I haven't watched the news since 2015. I don't watch it. Like it does not, like the weather. If I want to know what the weather is, there's a Weather Channel app. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's big enough to affect my life, I'll hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I just try to keep negative things out of my head, because when I let negative things creep in, it's easy for me to become negative. Am I positive all the time? Absolutely not. Do we still have real life problems that happen every single day? Oh, yes. But you just that's one of the biggest thing is if you work harder on yourself than you do on your job, you'll become successful.
That's awesome. I've got a few more. This is Harmony Williams. She's a junior, a sophomore. I'm sorry, and she asked, "Do you have difficulty finding vendors?"
Talk to me. What you mean?
As far as your product?
No, we're good. No. Okay. Yeah, I will say this though. Right now, well, now that you bring that up, so like plastic, like cups right now, no matter where you go, plastic cups, they're having to find another. So yes,
that's true, and that's going on. So, and that's going on in every place that serves food in America right now.
Yes, everything. So that's another thing. Just have grace wherever you go. Have grace, because right now everybody across the country, I don't care where you're at, there's shortages. And yes, she was very right. What was her name? Harmony? Was that her name?
Yep.
Yeah, Harmony. You are exactly. You hit the nail on the head there. I mean, there's things that, like I said, we've had to switch up. I mean, just in the past 6 months, we've used 4 different vendors for cups.
Yeah, gum.
Yeah, I mean, we've even, and as a business, we've even turned to Amazon. And like, so say you get, what is it? Like, so there's one company, we get 1,000 cups for $600, right?
Yeah.
But Amazon, you can get 500 cups for $600. Yeah. So, but unfortunately you have to do what you have to do in that time to get your cups. So yes, there are. And then, like drink carriers. So like drink carriers, we had a certain brand, we got them back now, but that was our original brand, right? And we had to go to some cheap ones that we found on like Webstron or whatever.com, and we hated them, but they got us through. But because that of 2020, the company that made these really good drink carriers has a contract with McDonald's. Well, they ain't worried about us. They're gonna get McDonald's their drink carriers. Wow. So that put us in it. There was a shortage going around. And they weren't going to say, well, hey, we'll give McDonald's $500,000 instead of $1 million and give everybody else. No. They still gave them theirs, and we just out. So yes, that was a very good question, Harmony.
It's tough for the little guys. I just got 2 more. This is Rod-Darius Williams. He's a junior, and he's asking, what are the main short-term goals for your business, and what is the overall future goal?
All right, Rod-Darius, the overall future goal is to provide a life for my son so no matter what he wants to do in life, he doesn't have to do it because of money.
Awesome.
I mean, if he wants to go, I mean, if whatever he wants to do, if he wants to go study rocks, he can go study rocks.
Hey, you got School of the Mines out there in Colorado. It's a state university.
Yeah, yes, we do. I know more about this place than I do. Down in Golden, yes. Yeah. But So yeah, like, and that's our overall goal, is to provide for him and have him a savings built up enough to where no matter what he wants to do, he doesn't have to worry about money. Okay. And the short-term goal, Rodriguez, the short-term goal is just to set, you're going to like this one, just to set a world record for days here on earth, man. Just keep making it.
Hey, and we all set one today.
Yeah, we all set one today. And I just want to be a blessing to people. And like I said, as long as my name's not in the newspaper, I'm doing a good job. Okay. And that's really the short-term goal, man. Just live day to day and enjoy life.
And this is a great question here. And this is from Shatez Barnett. He's a senior.
No, Shatez, this is going to be a hard one.
No, this is a great question. And he asked, if you had not met your wife, what would be your motivation?
Ooh, dang. All right. So if I had not met my wife, well, the easy answer is I would be dead or in prison, obviously.
Wow.
Because I wasn't changing my ways. Okay. Like I said, that I wasn't changing my ways, but then again, I would have had to find my why and my purpose in life. And I may have eventually down the road found my why and found my purpose, but my purpose, why I got sober, and I've been sober for 7 years now, but why I got sober and why I straightened up and my purpose in life at the beginning became her. And I knew she wasn't going to put up with it. And there was just something different about her. And that was a really, really good question that actually makes me want to think even more about it harder. What I would have done if I hadn't met her, like, honestly, because that's a tough question. It's a very good question too. But at the end of the day, I still am. At the end of the day, I'm still my own. We're still her and I are still two separate people, and I have to make that choice every day to stay clean, to stay straight, and to keep my head down, keep my blinders on, and go to work on myself and to get better. So, because I could always turn off that path and then lose both her and my son and lose everything. And so now, like I said, that's a very good question, though. That's a hard. I like it.
He wants to act like he didn't have any sense, but he's actually quite intelligent.
Yeah, that was a good question.
I know you got to get back to work, and dude, I appreciate you joining us so much. But before we go, I got a room full here, and we'll have our friends at Germantown and Ridgeland watch this later. But for any young person in Mississippi,
I graduated from high school.
You went to where?
I graduated from Ridgeland. I was a Titan.
Oh, that's right, you did. Yeah, and our friend Kathy Evans at Ridgeland High is going to be showing this on her class. So yeah. I'll be glad to hear that. But as somebody that came from the same area, you're not much. You gave away your age, but you're still not much older than they are, and you faced a lot of obstacles. As somebody that's done that in this area and become so successful, what can they do to be successful entrepreneurs coming out of the same situation?
You can, like I said, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You can. You just, like I said, you have to work on yourself daily. You have to become better. Like I like to say, if we can get 1% better every day in a year, we'll be 365% better than when we started. Okay. Just get a little bit better every day. Try a little bit harder every single day. Work on yourself, and you can do whatever it is you want to do. You really can. Like there's no limits. There's not. We are our only limits. Okay. When we redefine our limits, we can redefine our life. Okay. And like I said, it doesn't matter where you come from. I mean, look, there's people, and I hear it all the time out here, because when I open my mouth, people can tell I'm not from here. You know what I'm saying? And they wonder, where are you from? I'm from Mississippi. I'm proud to be from Mississippi. You know how much good stuff has come out of Mississippi? You know how many big time people have come out of Mississippi? Go ahead and get me fired up. Mississippi. There's a lot of negative connotations put on that great state. But man, Mississippi is one of the greatest places in the country. And it's just, we got some of the greatest athletes come out of there. Some of the greatest business people come out of there. Heck, people, like I joked earlier about Coach Prime. He came to Mississippi to do something.
right. That's right.
And like everybody says, people leave Mississippi. No. People don't leave Mississippi to do great things. You can do great things in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to be a Mississippian.
That's awesome.
And so, but
smashed that whole 32 ounces in the
I don't
time.
know.
That's pretty impressive.
Do what now?
You smashed that whole 32 ounces while we were talking. That's pretty impressive.
I did. I may have to go to the restroom right now, but that's good. Let me tell you something though, real quick. I don't know. I know you do a lot of these Zooms with people, and I don't know if your class has heard it, but I do want to say this. This man right here, Coach Pygott, he cares about y'all. Okay. He cares so much about his students. And the thing is, and I had teachers that cared about me, and I was sat in y'all same seat. At that time, I didn't see it and I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get in and get out of it. This man cares about y'all. And not only does he care about y'all, he cares about the ones that were in that seat before y'all, and he keeps up with y'all. Okay. When he sees a former student as the first, he takes a selfie with him. So y'all gonna get selfies with him in a few years. Don't worry about that. But he loves his students. He truly cares about y'all. And there is nobody in y'all's corner more than he is. I can promise you that.
You're a good man, Adam Martin. It's great to see you. And congratulations to you guys again. And remember, if nothing else, you just got to take the good with the bad.
There you go. I was going to tell you to remind them.
All right, my man. I get back to work and don't pass a kidney stone in the bathroom.
Hey, thanks a lot. Y'all have a great one, man.
All right, see you.
Bye-bye.